This video we are going to go over a simple do-it-yourself reverse weighted drag, easy one you can do at home. We're going to use the webbing from a ratchet strap. If you don't know what that is, looks like this. It's one of these guys. Now we are just going to take one of the webbings off. You don't need the ratchet, and we're just going to use the long webbing here. Of course, use what you have. If you have a rope or you have a chain, any of those things can be handy. This is just cheap. If you have to buy it, it's cheap. What we're going to do is you can use a weight plate or a kettlebell. So you're just going to go through the loop. Once you go through the loop, pull it tight. Using kettlebell, go ahead and knock it down. The hook on this, I like to make sure the hook is up. Or if you're going to use this for just this, you could cut the hook off or bend it over, whatever makes sense for you. I'd like you to have it with two-hand grip. You could hook up one or two handles to the end of it, but we're just trying to keep it simple. You can take this, kind of loop it around, tie it off. Always kind of test that, make sure it's secure. And then from here, now you can hold it with two hands. And with the two hands, you could hold it like this, you could hold it like this, whatever feels best for you. A few things to keep in mind. It's not always about how much weight you use. It's going to be the friction that's created by the surface that you're using it on. So if you are doing this somewhere where there's sand or dirt, it's going to slide a lot easier than if you're doing it on different types of grass. Thicker grass, my experience has been, kind of slows you down. It creates more friction, but also the humidity or the moisture will play a factor in there too. I know I've had the grass cut, and in the morning in the summer when there's a lot of dew present on the grass and it's wet, it just slides right through. And then you take that same weight later in the day after the summer has absorbed all of that moisture and it's dry grass, and that just kind of binds you down and just has more friction. So don't obsess about how heavy the weight is. A nice rule of thumb for you to start off is, if you have access to it, try to do 1/4 of your body weight. If you do choose to use something else, if you have around the house, a chain, a rope, just make sure that it's long enough to where it doesn't throw your posture off. You wouldn't want to be like this. You want to be able to have everything nice and tight. I think about kind of sitting hips back a little bit and then being able to walk. If you don't have a yard at all, go to a park. For most of us, that's going to mean going in one direction as far as you can, turning around, coming back, turning around, coming back. Obviously, we don't want you to tear up your yard, so kind of pay attention to what's going on. If you go to turn and you're kind of tearing up your yard, slow down. Sometimes making a bigger U shape instead of just stopping and turning straight around, kind of making a little bit of a U will help to kind of do that. Also, if you have the opportunity, you can experiment with, flat ground, going uphill, fun stuff like that. Enjoy.